I'm sure that if you clicked on this video, you have been in at least one debate where you fought tooth and nail to assert the superiority of your favorite anime character. But he doesn't beat Goku. Listen, I am unbelievably tired of having to assert the fact that no, Tanjiro doesn't come close to putting a dent on Ryomen Sukuna, you limp breadstick. So in this series, I take a handful of anime abilities and rank them against each other so we can finally come a little closer to finding out who has the best abilities in anime. So hello to all my lovely friends new and old, and welcome to the Power Vault. Oh, hey! While I grab today's video, I just want to thank these lovely people and all the lovely people who viewed my ultimate breakdown before it got banned in 249 territories for no reason. Alright, now time for the Where did I put that thing? Oh. 482, give me the video. What? No, I want to do this one. Well, I don't want to have to do a whole video in a British accent. Oh, bloody fine. Perfect. Alright, enjoy the Power Vault. Alright, starting off in 10th place are the powers of the Chainsaw Man. In the Chainsaw Man universe, when humanity has a fear of literally anything, that fear creates what is known as a devil. The stronger humanity's fear of said devil, the stronger it is. Enter the Chainsaw Man. The Chainsaw Man is what happens when you give a human the heart of the Chainsaw Devil. And now that I've given you a proper exposition, let's talk about his abilities. The Chainsaw Man's abilities entail superhuman strength, stamina, and speed. His constitution as a devil gives him resilience and the ability to heal through blood consumption. And that's pretty much it. Can't really think of any other abilities of the Chainsaw Devil. Moving on, jokes aside, he obviously gets his chainsaw transformation. And I just want to state for the record that I am aware that there are two Chainsaw Man transformations, the first being his hybrid human and devil form, and the second being his pure devil black chainsaw version. I am, however, not going to be counting the black chainsaw because he technically wouldn't be a part of the abilities of the Chainsaw Man. Canonically, this form belongs to Pochita, the actual Chainsaw Devil. Denji is not really in control of this form, so I'm hard-pressed to count it as his power. When I say Chainsaw Man, I mean the hybrid transformation. The Black Chainsaw is insanely powerful, and even disregarding his abilities, his base power is enough to do away with a lot of other anime abilities. So actually, let's play devil's advocate. Let's count the Black Chainsaw for a second. In my opinion, he still does not pass 10th place. His only ability is that if he eats you, you get retconned out of existence. This is an insanely broken ability when it comes to devils. You see, devils in this universe can revive in different forms, and unless Chainsaw Man personally consumes them, they will reincarnate. And also, since some devils embody whole-ass concepts, eating like the house devil could have some far-reaching consequences. However, once you kill someone other than a devil, unless they have the ability to reincarnate, you're kind of just white whaling them for no reason. Taking our 9th place is the overhaul quirk from My Hero Academia. Now, in the My Hero Academia world, having superpowers is just a genetic trait you're born with. It can be anything from talking to animals to shooting tape out of your elbows. Yeah, obviously you know I'm not joking on that one. The quirk we're talking about this time though is the overhaul quirk, conveniently used by Overhaul. The quirk Overhaul gives the user the ability to disassemble and reassemble anything he touches. Tough, right? Well, fuck yeah. He uses this ability damn well. There are limitations that we will go into, but for the most part, this quirk is disastrously cracked. The ability to freely reshape matter is busted. Don't let that 9th placement fool you. This is a god tier ability to have. Let me just fire off some things that he can do. He can quickly regenerate, he can fuse with other people, reshape the landscape, reshape himself, disassemble people, reassemble people, make whatever he damn well pleases. Like I said, god tier ability. So why in 9th place if he really is so goddamn busted? Well, there is something that I've neglected to mention. To activate his ability, he can't just be making contact. The palm of his hand has to make contact with whatever he wants to change. So let's say if you get into a fight with someone faster, and with the means and abilities to cut off both your arms, there's no amount of reassembling or disassembling that can save you if you simply just aren't fast enough. Next, our 8th place is gonna go to Gay Bolg. Gay Bolg. Gay Bolg. Gay as in G-A-E, not Gay Bolg. It took me way too long to figure that out, so. Anywho, in the anime Fate, whichever, there's like a million, but I'll be talking about Fate Stay Night. In the show, the Holy Grail grants whoever uses it one wish, but to receive the Holy Grail, 7 mages summon 7 heroic spirits to fight to the death. Fate Stay Night tells the story of a Grail War, and in this story we find Lancer or Ireland's Child of Light, with his signature Gay Bolg. Now, Gay Bolg is this spear, and while it may look unassuming, it has some very simplistic abilities that in reality are absolutely crazy. The primary ability of Gay Bolg is to reverse cause and effect to guarantee a hit on his opponent's heart. What does that mean? Okay, imagine it like this. If you poke somebody with a spear, they get hurt, but also they can just dodge it. What's the solution? Gay Bolg. What Gay Bolg does is instead of the cause being poking and the effect being getting hurt, it flips that around. The cause is getting hurt by the spear, meaning that the spear must have hit the heart. So when you poke with the spear, it's not just attacking, it's the spear correcting reality to match the outcome. No matter how you try to block or dodge, if you already got hurt by the spear, then there's nothing you can do to not get hurt by the spear. Also, there is a distinction between stabbing and throwing. Stabbing with Gaebulg means you'll always hit the heart, while throwing means you'll always just hit your target, not necessarily the heart. Now, Gaebulg gets a little bit of a bad rap, seeing as it doesn't necessarily live up to the name. I want you to keep in mind, however, it's in a universe where there are many strong opponents that have the ability to thwart the one-shot capability of the spear. There are 3 main ways to sidestep Gaebulg's one-shot. 1. Having high luck or extremely high perception. Basically, if you can sense or manage to be lucky enough to dodge the initial cause of the spear, while it may still come true, it might not be game over because while the spear might hit the critical spot, it might not be lethal. 2. Break the spear. 3. Well, if you didn't need the heart anyways, no harm, no foul. But let me clarify, you have to be nigh on precognitive to dodge, extremely powerful to break the spear, or be odd enough to not need a heart. The reason why I put him above Overhaul is because Overhaul doesn't necessarily satisfy any of these conditions. More importantly, if they were to fight, Gaebulg's homing nature could easily be used to chop off Overhaul's arm. Again, if it's thrown, Gaebulg can technically be blocked, but Overhaul doesn't have anything strong enough to do that. He also certainly does not have the reaction time to catch the spear in order to destroy it. In 7th is none other than Akaza's Destructive Death Compass. Remember how I said to dodge Gaebulg you need nigh on precognitive abilities? Well, introducing Destructive Death Compass. In the Demon Slayer world, if you ingest the blood of Muzan or another demon closely related to him, you will turn into a demon. Demons of a high caliber can unlock an ability unique to them known as the Blood Demon Art. Akaza is the 4th most powerful demon in the verse with the ability Destructive Death Compass. With his Blood Demon Art, and for the record, with that you get the demon abilities since you can't use the abilities without being one. So in total that is regenerative abilities that have no limit to what you can regenerate. Aside from getting your head chopped off with a blade made from the sun, or total disintegration, typically via the sun, you are functionally immortal. Destructive Death Compass gives the user the ability to analyze their opponent's battle spirit, and this in turn allows the user to predict what the opponent will do next. Not much to say on this one, it's exactly how it sounds. The only way you can be defeated outside of the Demon Slayer universe is complete atomization. 6th place is going to the Founding Titan. Attack on Titan is a hard one to recap, so I would just recommend you watch it, but for the purposes of this video, know that we are in a universe where there are giant people that eat normal sized people. Some people can turn into giant people. Now, the Founding Titan's abilities are simple. The Founding Titan can end the world. Just full sending it, the Founding Titan can end humanity. The Founding Titan's abilities allow you to awaken colossal titans in these walls and march all over the earth. These titans are extremely big and extremely hot. Now you might be thinking to yourself, wait, most people below the Founding Titan survive the rumbling. And to that I say, probably, but most certainly not the aftermath. To be stronger than the Founding Titans, in my eyes, you have to be able to stop the rumbling. Otherwise, why even bother surviving it? Listen, the ones at the top of this list are going to have a lot less explanation needed because they are literally just that strong. Also should be mentioned that if the Founding Titan is killed, then the rumbling is stopped. Do I think that anyone below could kill the Founding Titan? Maybe. Black Chainsaw is definitely capable, but also he's not really being counted. The only other ability that has a shot would be Akaza's abilities, but even then the entire ground is going to be extremely hot, and while demons don't die from heat, it does impede regeneration. All in all, not a lot of confidence in their abilities to end the rumbling in a fast enough time. Alright, on to our top 5. In 5th place, we have Ryomen Sukuna's Shrine Curse Technique. In Jujutsu Kaisen, the negative energy of humanity pulls up and turns into something known as a curse. Humans who can harness the power of this negative energy or cursed energy are known as sorcerers. Among both humans and curses, you can be born with something known as a curse technique, which will decide which kind of abilities you have. Curses have curse techniques typically just reflecting what kind of curse they are. Sorcerers inherit their techniques or are born with a random one. Now, Ryomen Sukuna is referred to as the king of curses, and for a good reason. Not only does he have the most cursed energy of just anybody, but he has an incredibly powerful curse technique. So let's break down each of his abilities. Also, I'm using Yuji form Sukuna since I want to focus more on his abilities than his physiology, because in curse form, his extra mouths and arms make him even more powerful. Ultimately though, it doesn't change what we're here to talk about. Firstly, his cursed energy stores already give him god tier speed, strength, durability, agility, and all of the above. Next, he has Dismantle, which sends a slash at his selected target, which if he sends many can be devastating. He has Cleave, which requires him to make physical contact to use, but once deployed, it can ramp up its strength depending on what it's cutting. He has the ability Divine Furnace, which I will let speak for itself. He has his domain expansion, which extends up to 200 meters max and rains down cleaves and dismantles on any and everything within his domain. And on top of that, he can use reverse curse technique, which can heal or regenerate any body part he chooses. Sukuna is a damn bruiser if I've ever seen one. Sukuna kinda stands as the guard between strong and broken anime characters. Kind of weird that he's only taking 5th place, but believe me, we are just getting started. 4th place goes to Wonder of You. Now, many of you might be familiar with this, but I shall explain. In JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, there are these things known as stands. They are physical manifestations of your mental energy, and they typically come with an ability. Abilities that range from a stand that can wield fire to a fishing rod. Peak show, guys, you gotta trust me. Anywho, the Wonder of You is a stand with the ability Calamity. Basically, if you ever try to target the stand or the stand user, everything goes wrong for you. For example, this guy steps on your shoe and he just keeps walking on by. You're naturally very mad, so you go to hunt him down and then an anvil falls on your head. I'm not joking. It's literally shit like that. You make any move to hunt him down or harm the user and any and everything starts going wrong for you. Point a gun at him. You shoot, but you left the safety on, you go to turn it off and lose your balance and break your neck. Now, normally you could say, that's great and all, but what if I just find a way to kill the user? Stands are just physical manifestations of the stand user's energy, so I'll just find a way to kill the user. First of all, good luck with that, and second, there's no dice. Killing this specific user does not kill the stand. There are only 3 ways to kill the Wonder of You. 1, you have to kill him without targeting him specifically, which is probably going to be difficult. 2, you attack him from a different plane of reality. 3, you turn the power of Calamity onto the Wonder of You. Otherwise, you literally just can't win. Not even the Founding Titan would work in this situation, because the target of humanity also includes the stand user of Wonder of You, ergo, the Founding Titan might not even be able to activate. Officially on to the top 3 strongest abilities on this list. 3rd place is Dio's The World, also from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but I believe that time-stopping abilities are among the most broken abilities of all. What specifically holds the world back in a lot of people's eyes is the fact that there is a 5-second time stop limit. I want to, however, clear something up for y'all. Time stoppage is 100% spammable. There might be a time limit to when you can activate it next, but I don't believe it's a large amount of time. A lot of people watch the Jotaro vs. Dio fight and assume that time stops aren't spammable. The reason why most people assume this is because these two are very dramatic. They look like they are spending a lot more time in the fight because of how dramatized the fight is for the anime, and also how much they yap. But don't be fooled, as Dio shows in this scene, time stop can be used back to back in a very short duration. It just seems underpowered because in every use of Jotaro's time stop, he doesn't make use of it in the same way, which I want to personally brand as a plot convenience. It's boss tier powers at the start of the series. If he uses the full extent of his abilities, there would be no Diamond is Unbreakable or Stone Ocean. So with time stopping abilities, there are truthfully not many people that can stop you. The only way to defeat someone with the ability to stop time like this is to either have an equal or greater control over time yourself, or not be able to be killed within that stop time. But with the world's insane strength and movement abilities, it's going to be very hard to either defeat or escape it. The 2nd place spot is honestly a contender for one of the strongest abilities in all of fiction. I did honestly go between putting this in first and 2nd, but anywho, in 2nd place we have the Fist of Eradicating All Life Forms, or to put it more simply, the abilities of Cosmic Garo. In the One Punch Man universe, God is an actual character. There is a character known as the Hero Hunter who wishes to become a monster, and to that end, he learns and absorbs countless fighting styles, as well as a piece of God's power, giving birth to Cosmic Garo. Now, I also was considering putting Cosmic Garo below the world, but I've also kind of come to the conclusion that it's truly a 50-50 on whether or not time stop would even work on Garo. The reason for that is that Cosmic Garo sends Saitama back in time to defeat himself before the fight between them even happens. So yes, Garo can manipulate time with his abilities. Whether or not that would be effective on the world, who knows, but I can guarantee you that the world is not beating Cosmic Garo. Let's break down his abilities. First, Cosmic Garo has access to every martial art or fist in the One Punch Man universe. Abilities such as the Fist of Flowing Water Crushing Rock can deflect opponents' attacks back at them, Whirling Wind Slashing Steel, which is basically a martial arts version of Cleave and Dismantle, as well as these which we don't actually know the abilities of, but if they're anything like the other ones, they're pretty busted. On top of that, he has the Fist of Nuclear Fission. Moving on to his... the Fist of Nuclear Fission is exactly what it sounds like. Each punch effectively releases the blast of a nuclear bomb. Radiation and all. Now, for his most broken ability, and mainly the reason why he makes it to 2nd place, is his literal godly ability to copy an ability perfectly. If an ability is activated against Garo, he has the ability to copy it and then use it. No matter how strong the ability, I won't be counting the abilities he does end up copying in the One Punch Man universe with this, because I feel like that's a little unfair since I'm here to just look at the individual ability. But still, there are very few characters in fiction that can hold a candle to awaken Garo. He's basically one of the few characters in fiction that to defeat, you need to have either the ability to infinitely grow stronger than his copying can keep up with, or end the fight before it can even begin. Now you see, the joy of running a YouTube channel is that I get to put whoever
wherever I want on these lists. So I always have at least one bias pick, ultimate tier list or not. So without further ado, I grant you one of the strongest abilities in anime, the powers of Hero X. In the show To Be Hero X, you get your powers from how much the people trust you and what they basically know you to be. If they trust you to be fast, you're fast. If they trust you to be perfect, you're perfect. In the show, Hero X is both the title of the strongest hero and the name of the current strongest hero. Now, let's get into his abilities, shall we? Everything. His abilities are everything. Primarily what he does is snap his fingers and turn his enemy 2D and send them into a different dimension. Most people are familiar with that. But that is not all. He is also capable of doing the same thing Overhaul does and freely change matter to fit the shape of whatever he desires. As evidence of this, the fact remains that he turned a whole ass car into his weapon in 2 seconds flat. Oh yeah, and he can also just teleport. So that's always convenient. He can freely enter the 4th dimension, i.e. he has some control over time. And now the true reason why I think he has the best abilities here is because I've come to believe that his fights aren't really fights. If all he's capable of is sending his opponents to a different dimension, then Cosmic Garo should be in the running for the top spot still. The issue I have with this though is that Hero X has shown on multiple occasions that he is fully capable of just ending the fight whenever he wants. He doesn't need to let his opponents move around in his 2D space, he can totally just turn them into a picture and leave them there indefinitely. So if Garo has time to copy his abilities, I do think he would win, but that would basically make it a toss-up of whether or not Hero X just wants to end the fight immediately or if he wants to have fun. And since I personally believe that he also has precognitive powers, odds are he's just going to end the fight. And even if the fight continues on, it might just be a stalemate just because of how broken the ability is. So that is my ranking of today's powers. For all of you that made it this far into the video, I have a special announcement, and no, it's not that the copyright claim on the last video has been lifted. Or at least I'm pretty sure it's not, I wouldn't know right now. The announcement is that thanks to you guys, I am now officially a monetized channel. I'll say monetized in quotes because right now it's only crowdfunding options like supers and memberships. And speaking of memberships, guys, I have a membership. It's only $2 for a source member and $4 for a designated Yamikaze, which means you get to join the likes of these knuckleheads. First level gets you early access to videos and some sick emojis, and the second level gets you access to Power Vault polls. For future Power Vaults, I'll put up polls for characters you might want to see in the next one, and whichever one wins out will be ranked. And if it was someone's suggestion, they will receive a shout out in the next video, as well as their own custom Yamikaze design. I do want to say though, please don't feel like you have to spend money on my channel. I am trying to go full time, so of course it would help, but I want to remind you guys that I am from a stable enough household that I don't need to rub pennies together to start a fire at night. I can just start a fire whenever I want. But seriously, if you do end up joining, think of it more as a GoFundMe for the channel. I won't be taking the proceeds of that for myself really, it's just gonna go into the channel. Like, maybe getting a better recording mic. But yeah, looks like there's nothing left to be said, so with that, I bid you peace, my friend.